and your international chef is right on the set with us tonight, the amazing Armin. Do a
Debra.
dash,
Dash, it's German.
dash. We have been friends for
Almost 10 years
10
now.
years now, and it's a great little story, but we just connected and became best friends, and here we are, hanging out together, cooking together. So he is our chef that comes up with something new and different every single time. So I challenged him this time to come up with something that we've never done before.
So we did.
So we did, and it is monkfish. He sent me a picture of it, and I must say, I was a little scared.
It's a little ugly. It's an ugly fish. It's
Right.
it looks like a catfish almost. So,
It's real ugly.
but it tastes like lobster. That's the hidden secret. So people really don't know a lot about monkfish, but we're going to try it today, and everybody's going to love it.
It's a poor man's lobster, you
Yeah,
said.
it's poor
Sounds
man's
like
lobster.
I'm into that, and easier to prepare.
Easier to prepare. You don't have bones. You don't have
Right.
bones in the fish, and you don't have to worry about taking it out of a shell. And it's not a shellfish either, so there's no allergies.
So, mwah.
Yes.
So I'm just going to say, as we talk about, we're doing this risotto, right? It's a creamy risotto.
Yeah, we're going to start with a creamy risotto. And risotto takes about 25 minutes or so to cook. So we pre-started this on the set. We started with some fresh garlic, some butter, some olive oil, and we brought that to a simmer, threw our risotto into it, and made it kind of pop. So it just breaks the risotto open. And then as it starts to simmer, you have to keep adding liquids to it. So you can choose whether you want to add white wine, you can use chicken base, you can use beef or vegetable base, and water, because it just keeps absorbing that water. And we're also making it without meat right now because I prefer to do it that way. You just don't want to over stir it. You want to keep adding the liquid so it doesn't get gummy and glutinous. But it's a gluten-free rice.
Right. I love it. I love risotto. It's easy.
So while Deborah's doing that, I'm going to start over here with our monkfish. So what we're going to do is get a little bit of olive oil in our pan. It's already preheated. And we're going to add some butter, because we love to add butter to everything here.
To you. We're in the South.
That's right.
Butter makes it so
That's right.
good, right?
So we're going to add some butter, and we're going to add, Deborah, you can put a little bit of white wine in here for me too. Would be great.
Armin.
Just a little splash. We'll try not to drink it while we're doing it. That's going to give it a nice little fizz. Take
It's
it off.
hot up in
I
here.
know, it's getting hot in here. We're going to
Whoa!
take that down a bit.
A little flame. I like it.
We're going to add a little lemon juice, calm that down.
Calm it down.
There we go. And now we're going to add some of our garlic. You don't have to be quite that dramatic at home if you don't want to be.
But I did like it.
It was nice.
I like it when there's the flame.
And then we've got our monkfish tails right here. And this is the best part of the fish, is the tails. You can also use the cheeks. And it's a cold water fish, so it grows from, get it in the Atlantic from Canada to North Carolina.
I'm going to put a little cream in mine.
And we're going to add one of these tails at a time here.
Okay.
And we're going to put the meaty side up. You can see the bottom's got a little bit of a red piece to it, like this little vein.
Right.
But this is a boneless fish, so you don't have to worry about getting little bits and pieces of bone in your teeth like you might with salmon, or you might with some other fish like sea bass and stuff. So we're going to season this, a little bit of citrus seasoning, Provence herbs.
Just, you get the pre-mix. You mix some.
Yeah, no, you can pre-mix it or you can mix it yourself. I kind of mix stuff up myself. And then you just want to get all that in there. And then we made a mess of our set, Deborah.
Okay, I know.
You and me, we're good at that.
Yeah.
And then she's going to keep working on the risotto over here. So as we continue to move, we're going to add some more white wine, some water. And then as this gets ready to be done, we're going to finish it with cream and Parmesan cheese.
I did add a little creme already.
You did, that's okay. Deborah, I'll never tell you did anything wrong.
You have all my secrets, babe.
So now we're going to turn this flame up just a little bit so we can get it to cook. This takes about 10-15 minutes on average. Depends on the size of the tail. This is a 6 to 8 ounce tail. So they're really good meaty pieces. And that's what gives it that lobster kind of flavor to it, because it's a nice meaty, not fishy fish.
So I think that monkfish has a little bit more of a taste, because I feel like lobster, unless I put a lot of lemon or butter on it, it doesn't even have that much taste.
Exactly, it doesn't have any taste. And that's why
Right.
people smother it with butter.
Right.
Or tempura or something else. You
Whatever.
can prepare this any way you prepare a lobster. You can make a salad out of it. You can do just about anything to do with a lobster. It's just easier because it's less prepping. You want to make sure you get a nice golden brown on it before we flip it over.
And so what you want to do is just have a light crisp to it.
A light crisp to it.
And take the red away.
Exactly. And we're going to use a trusty pan here as a lid just to cover it up for a minute and get some of that steam in it. Okay. And now you can see our risotto over here with Debra is getting to the point where it's almost finished. So we can add some, you know, a little bit more salt to this.
Let me do it.
Oh, go ahead, do it.
Chef.
A pinch of salt.
Just a pinch. Okay.
And the risotto takes, you know, you need a little bit of salt with it.
Where's yours? Pepper.
Pepper? It's all mixed together right here.
Yeah,
add both.
Okay.
And then I've got some fresh oregano you can add to that too. You can just take those scissors and cut it up and add it to the center of it.
Should I do my creme first?
Yeah, just add that last. And just make sure you only do the leaves. Okay. So now we're going to take this. And you can also use a fish spackle to this. I mean, spatula. Thank you, Debra. I forget sometimes what I'm doing in here. And now we got a nice little golden brown at the bottom. And we're going to, the other side's probably going to get a little browner than this because I've got the heat up more now.
In fact, it does look like lobster.
It does. It really does.
It looks like it even. Has the texture. I mean, you know, same look.
And we're going to add some lemon to this as well. We're going to do a little bit of zest. And then we're going to have some for garnish over here too. So you just get a zester of any kind that you like to use. This is more like a grater. But you just shake off all your zest and get that on there because it's going to give it that nice lemony flavor. And then save your lemons afterwards so you can use them for something else.
So I'm going to say we have all of your great segments on our YouTube, the Debra Kennedy channel on YouTube. But I haven't cooked in forever. So I've kind of lost my touch of cooking.
Well, you can go back and check it out.
That's what I've been doing. So in order to like really, I don't know, refresh myself on some cooking, because you make it so easy, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I'm a chef when I watch those tutorials. But that's what I've been doing because I'm kind of interested in doing a little cooking now. And your tutorials are so easy to follow, and they're simple 4 and 5 ingredients.
And most of the meals we're preparing are for 2 people. So you can make a nice romantic dinner, a dinner for you and the girls, cut up some of this monkfish in smaller pieces. Make a nice salad with it too.
I like it. But thank you for all
But being able to go back and look at all the different recipes, there's so many things we've done on the show throughout the years.
Oh my gosh, we've been doing it for, this is our 20th anniversary
on the show.
I was telling everybody it's been 15 years or 14 years or 16. It's my director said, it's been 20 years, Debra. I said, oh my God, time flies when you're having fun.
Right. Now we don't want to add any more liquid to that. We want to just let that finish off, and we're going to add the cheese to it. And this we're getting close to being finished on this. Once I'm done with the fish, what I'm going to do is actually add let me check my heat here. There's the flame. We're going to take the fish out and we're just going to add the spinach to this. And that's going to help pick up all the flavors of the fish, and the lemon, and the olive oil and everything together. So as you can see, the brown liquid on the bottom, the brown butter as we call it, it's starting to get a nice brown look to it. So you can use this as a soft over it. And it's cooking down and simmering while it cooks.
All right, Chef Armin, tell me when I should put my cheese in.
I'd say go ahead and add the cheese, Debra. So we're starting to get a nice brown on the other side of this now. And as we said earlier, there's just not a lot of ingredients in this.
That's why we love you.
Yeah, because it just makes it a little easier when you're making a dinner that you're not having to bring out everything from the pantry. And of course we break everything down in portion size here, so it makes it a little easier for you. The last thing I'm going to add to this is the cilantro just before the fish is finished, so we can top it. Just because I like to have a fresh herb on top. And cilantro goes great with your fish. So you can see we got a nice golden brown texture on here now, Debra. So now we know the fish is just about done. And this will be a little pink on the inside, but not like a salmon or anything like that.
Do you want it pink on the inside?
Not really. You want to make sure it's cooked through. So it's white, but it has a slight pink hue to it.
Oh, okay. So I will have a bite from the end.
Yes, definitely. Because it's a big piece of fish.
This looks so pretty, but I'm going to do my little part.
Look at that, Debra. Risotto looks great. So we're going to take this out, the smaller one right here. You're going to put some risotto right next to that with this spoon. And I'm going to take this piece out and set it right here, which is also done. And now we're going to head and add our spinach to this.
I'm going to turn this down.
And Deborah, you can give me just a splash of white wine in here too.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things.
So this is about a bag of spinach. Or, that's good. It's about a bag of spinach. Or equal to 4 cups. The spinach breaks down a lot when you're cooking it. So you don't have to take all these stems off because it's really just going to break down and just be a beautiful.
And you use the raw juice just for
you just use the same juice as the base. So it's got
so much flavor.
You've already got tons of flavor from the brown butter that we just prepared. What we're going to do is just move this over a little bit. I'm going to cut a little bit more of the fresh oregano on top of this. And you see how quickly this breaks down. It doesn't take long at all.
No. This is a good 15 minutes. This is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect. Your prep time is probably about 20, 30 minutes getting everything together, and then the meal just pops out fast like this.
And it looks like you are an international chef.
Yeah. So
but at home, it can look like...
It looks like you're in a 5-star restaurant
right,
here.
Exactly.
So we're going to put some spinach right here on the plate. And see how it's got that nice color to it?
Oh, this is beautiful. Look how plated. Look how beautiful plate.
It's just a beautiful
this
plate.
Is beautiful.
We're going to go ahead and shut this off.
I'll shut mine off.
There we go. And then we can just kind of recap everything we've done here. So we
started with pre-risotto, because it takes about 30 minutes, so we started early with just prepping that. We put in here
we had olive oil, garlic, lemon, and some white wine to start. We broke the kernels on it, so to speak, and then started adding liquid. So, and like I said, you can't walk away from risotto, otherwise you're going to have a burnt piece of pasta, or rice rather. So it'll be a big rice cake. So this is broken down nicely. Then we kept adding white wine and water.
Or you can do broth if you don't want wine.
You can use chicken broth, vegetable
or
broth.
Water, right. Gives it flavor.
Then we added some cream just to richen it up. And then we added the Parmesan cheese. And then to finish off with the monkfish, the poor man's lobster.
Poor man's lobster.
It is brown butter and sage. So we've got sage, citrus, and then we have a little bit of fresh oregano just to top this with. We were going to put it in the pan, but we'll just add it to it. Just give it a little bit of flavor. And then we seared that. That took about 10 minutes or so. Added the spinach to it, finished it off, and now we've got a perfect dish to taste.
This is beautiful. So we do a tasting?
You got a little fork right there. You know we got to taste it.
All right. And I love it. He's my man.
So Deborah wants me to take the piece of meat from the end, and you can see this is a great... You got to help me with the knife, Deborah. There we go. So we don't want to give Deborah too big a piece of meat here, but just go ahead and try this. It's delicious. And then I'll go ahead and try this risotto for her.
Armin.
Perfect, Deborah.
Oh my gosh. Give me a bite of risotto.
You gotta have some. And you can taste the cheese, the cream, the wine. You can taste all the flavors in it together. It's perfect.
This is amazing. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
You won't want to stop eating it once you start.
I can't. Monkfish, who would ever think it could be so beautiful? But International Chef Armin does it all with his...
Let me get Deborah's little lip here.
With his beautiful palette of taste and how creative you are. How amazing you are. You are. Thank you for always stopping by the set. You can check out all of his videos on our YouTube channel, The Debra Kennedy Show. But Armin Dash, I'm kidding, is an international chef, and we are so excited to have him here cooking it up for us tonight, and you can do it at home too.
Always a pleasure.